Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Identity in 15 powered by WSO2 Identity Server. So in today's session, we are going to explore OIDC backchannel logout. So before moving into the session, let me introduce myself. I am Praveena Parlovaraja, a senior software engineer in Identity and Access Management team of WSO2. So if you have any questions regarding the session, you can post those questions in the YouTube live chat so that we can take those questions at the end. So now we will move into the session. So first of all, what is OpenID Connect? So some of you might have already know about OpenID Connect. This OpenID Connect is a well-known authentication protocol which is built on top of OAuth 2.0. So since this is an authentication protocol, there should be a way to log out the users as well. So first, what is there are two terms that we use. One is logout and single logout. So what is the difference between logout and single logout? So logout is simply logging out a user from an application. But a single logout is when a user logs out from an application, all the applications that the user logged in should be automatically logged out. So that will eliminate the need for logging out from the application one by one. So this OpenID Connect standard has defined some set of logout mechanisms. So these are the three single logout mechanisms. One is OIDC backchannel logout, OIDC functional logout, and OIDC session management. So when compared to this OIDC backchannel logout, this OIDC functional logout and OIDC session management, both are using user agent, that is browser. So both these logout mechanisms require user agent for the communication, but OIDC backchannel logout is purely a backend communication. So when compared to these the other two logout mechanisms, this backchannel logout is considered more secure and reliable due to this reason. So now we will move into OIDC backchannel logout. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a server to server communication. So this is a purely a backchannel communication happens here. So these backchannel logout mechanisms use a token called the logout token to the applications. So this is simply a signal from the identity provider to relying party to perform a logout in the relying party side. So that means when there is a logout happens in the identity provider side, this identity provider will trigger a logout notification in the form of logout token to the relying party, so that the relying party can understand that logout notification and perform logout in the application side. So now we will see what is logout token. So as I mentioned earlier, this logout token plays a vital role in this backchannel logout mechanism. So you might have heard about this ID token. This ID token is used to get the end user information during the login process. So similar to ID token, this logout token is used in backchannel logout. So these both the JWT tokens. So if you decode the logout token and see, you can see the claims related to logout action that is being requested by the identity provider. So now I have added a sample logout token here. These are the some claims that can be found in the logout token. So this event claim is used to indicate that this particular token is intended for a backchannel logout notification. So these other claims are common for ID token as well. The subject, audience, issuer, expiry time, issue tag time, and JTI. These claims you can find them in ID token as well. This SID claim is the important claim that is used for this backchannel logout. This SID claims is denoted as a session ID, which tells to which which user session this particular logout has happened. So, but this SID claim is not a mandatory claim in the specification. A logout token can have either SID claim or a subject claim. So if this SID claims denotes that to which session this particular logout has happened, and if there is no any SID claims, the relying party can rely on this subject claim and can revoke all the sessions of that particular user. Now, before moving into the session, we will see, before moving into the demo, we will see how this flow works, how this single logout based on this OIDC back channel logout happens. Now we have a user Tom. So that user has already logged into two sample application, pickup dispatch and pickup manager. So these two sample applications support back channel logout. So now the user has already logged into pickup dispatch and pickup manager, both are in same browser session. Now the user wants to log out from pickup dispatch. So when the user clicks logout button in the pickup dispatch, the pickup dispatch will send a logout request to the identity provider, that is our identity server. So when identity server receives this logout request to the logout endpoint, the identity server will process this logout request and terminate that particular user session. And it will find what are the applications that belong to that particular browser session. So it will find this pickup dispatch and pickup manager in the same browser session, and it will check whether are they supporting OIDC backchannel logout. So since these two applications support OIDC backchannel logout, it will send a logout notification to these relying parties. So this logout request part is purely this is called as RP initiated logout. There is a separate specification on how to invoke logout request by a relying party so that identity provider can understand that logout request and process that. So there is a specification called RP initiated logout. So this RP initiated logout is common for all the three single logout mechanisms. In all cases, a relying party has to invoke the logout request so that identity server can understand that logout request and perform single logout. So now, so this is the scenario that we are going to try out. So Tom will invoke a logout, and then the pickup dispatch and pickup manager will be automatically logged out. Now we will go into demo. First of all, to get started, you can go to our identity server website, and we have provided this link in our YouTube description. You can go there and find the identity server website, and you can click this right now option. There you can download our latest 5.11 identity server. So you can find different installation options. You can download one of the options to get started. Now I have already downloaded identity server and it's running in my local machine on localhost hostname and 9443 port. So now I will log into management console. So this is the management console link. So it's running on localhost 9443. So now I'm going to register pickup dispatch and pickup manager as OpenID Connect support, OpenID Connect applications which support backchannel logout. So first I will start with pickup dispatch. So I have given all these pickup dispatch, all the samples that I'm using in this demo in the description section so that you also can try out. So now go register pickup dispatch. Once you click register, it will be registered. Now you can choose the authentication protocol that you want to register. Go to OpenID Connect configuration and click configure. Now it will ask for callback URL, which is a mandatory one. For this pickup dispatch sample application, this is the callback URL. So that also I have provided in the resources. You can check them later. This is callback URL. Now enable OIDC backchannel logout. you have to enable OIDC backchannel logout, and you have to provide the backchannel logout URL. So this URL can understand that logout request from the identity provider, and it can process that logout notification. So this is for pickup dispatch, and I have completed callback URL and backchannel logout. Now I will register pickup dispatch. So now I will obtain the client ID of pickup dispatch, and I will put them in my Tomcat. So I have already Apache in the Tomcat server. I have already deployed a pickup dispatch and pickup manager. I will go into this one, and in the dispatch properties file, first I will register client secret. I will obtain the client secret now. Now we are done with pickup dispatch. Sorry. Now I'm going to install. I'm going to register pickup manager. So now I have to give a callback URL for pickup manager. And enable OIDC backchannel logout for pickup manager. Now I have configured backchannel logout for pickup manager. Now I will obtain the client ID for pickup manager and paste them here. Now I have applied the configurations. I will restart Tomcat now. Now the configurations will be applied. So now we will try out the scenario. So as I mentioned earlier, we will first log into pickup dispatch. As user Tom. I already have this user Tom in management console. You can create users from management console. Now click continue. It will prompt for consent. Now pickup dispatch. We have looked, user Tom has looked into pickup dispatch. Now he will go to pickup manager. When he clicks login, he will be SSO'd into pickup manager without prompting for any login page. Now, as I shown in the demo, in the flow diagram, the picker we have looked in, the Tom has looked into pickup dispatch and pickup manager. Now he will click log out from pickup dispatch. Now identity server will prompt for consent. If you go here, now pickup manager has automatically logged out. So this is called single logout. When pickup dispatch logs out, this pickup manager has automatically logged out, so that user does not need to log out from this pickup manager separately. Now we will see how this flow worked. Yeah, this is user Tom. A user Tom has we consider the user Tom has already logged in to pickup dispatch. Now he is SSO into pickup manager. Now he clicks on login button in pickup manager. Pickup manager will send a login request to identity server. Once the identity server process authentication, it will send the authentication response. So in the authentication response, you can see this ID token along with access token. So in ID token, you can find this SID claim. So this is the claim that comes in the logout token as well. So now user has logged out from pickup dispatch. That time identity server will send a single logout request to this pickup manager. So we have identity server. Identity server send a logout notification to pickup manager. In the logout notification, you can see this logout token. That logout token also will contain this SID claim. So if you consider this both ID token and logout token, these both token will contain the same SID claim. If this flow is, since this flow is happening to the same browser session. So what this pickup manager has to do is it has to correlate the application session against this SID claim during this authentication process. So for an example, the application session, if it's X, then it will map this X against this SID1. Then during this logout, this SID claim will be sent. So it will take this application session based on this SID1. Then this pickup manager has to terminate that particular application session and log out the user. So this is what happened in this entire logout process. Now I will show this logout token and this ID token for this pickup manager. So if we go into this console, I have added logs for these ID token and logout token. So if you can go here, so this is the ID token of pickup manager. So there are some, you can use any tools to decode this ID token. Not only ID token, whatever the JWT tokens you can decode using these tools. So if you see here, there is a SID claim comes here, and this is the audience claim. So this audience claim means to which application this particular ID token is intended for. Now we have checked this ID token. Now we will check the logout token. There are two logout tokens. One is for pickup dispatch and one is for pickup manager. Now let's see to which application this particular token is sent. This is K1. Yeah. So since these two audience claims are same, so this token is sent for pickup manager. So if you check the logout token of pickup manager, these are the claims that comes in the logout token. And if you check this SID claim, these both contain the same SID claim. So this pickup manager has to maintain or map the session based on this SID claim. And also if you check the ID token of pickup manager, sorry, pickup dispatch, so this is the ID token for pickup dispatch. The pickup dispatch application also contains the same SID claim. That means identity server will send the same SID claim for all the applications which are in the same browser session. So this SID claim is something similar to our session ID. So this pickup dispatch and pickup manager will contain the same SID claim. Also in the logout token and ID token, we send the same SID claim. Okay, so yeah, that's it about OIDC back channel logout. So if you have any questions, you can post the questions in YouTube live chat so that we can take those questions. So we will wait for a couple of minutes. So if you have any questions, please post them there. Okay, so even if you get any questions after this session, you can post them in the Slack channel so that we can take those questions. Yes, you can post the questions related to what if you face any issues in identity server, or if you face any issues related to this session, you can post them there. Also, we have provided the link of our Twitter channel. You can follow us in Twitter so you can get more updates regarding our identity server. Mm, Okay, since there are no any questions, we can wrap up this session. As I mentioned earlier, you can post the questions in our Slack channel. So we will take those questions. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So you can get, you won't miss any sessions hosted by us. Yes, thanks all for joining. We will meet you in another episode of Identity in 15, powered by WSO2 Identity Server. And thanks everyone. Thanks again, and bye. Take care.